700 Tenere by Yamaha. I'm gonna tell you something. I got 4,300 miles on it. Bought it November 10th of last year, and I rode the piss out of it. And I rode, come down rock roads, gravel roads, loose gravel. I'm out here at the state park right now, but I rode it down gravel roads, and I rode it down loose, loose rock, and I rode it down dirt, and I rode it even down some mud, and I rode it quite a bit. And is it a cruiser? No, it's not. Is it a sport bike? No, it's not. Is it a dirt bike? No, it's not. So what is it? It does it all. And I'll tell you what, the bike, I've gone around corners. I've leaned her over pretty hard, and it's just it's smooth. Goes right through the corners. It handles well. It has quick handling. Like I said, it handles like a 250. You can weave and bob potholes, chuck holes, and whatever, anything else that you want to. Any hazard in the road, you can just weave and bob and go right on around them, and without hardly even slowing down. Is the all-around purpose general bike. For me, it is. I don't know what you're looking for in a bike, but for me, it is. Because I like doing country roads, back roads, dirt roads, and real light dirt. Like I said, it's 454 pounds or 452 pounds, and I'm not going to take it out in the dirt. I just ain't going to do it, because that's 457 pounds you got to pick up, and you're going to drop it. You're going to drop it. But anyway, these are the original tires that was on it, and they're getting scuffed in pretty good. And I tell you what, they're not showing any excessive wear for 4,000 miles. There's the front, and they do good for me, for the kind of riding I do. They're a good general all-around tire. They do great. They handle super in rocks, good in soft stuff. Now in mud, they might have a little bit beating as desired, because it does have a checkered tread pattern, but it's a flat checkered tread pattern. So it's not gonna. You can fling some mud, but it ain't gonna dig deep as what you'd like for a mud tire. So mud, I'd be a little careful on it. But anyway, I rode it to 4,100 miles. I've taken it out on the interstate, and I've run it up about 85 mile an hour, past the semis and stuff. And I don't know if you ever done any much road riding, but whenever you get up behind a semi truck, you've always got that wash. You've always got that wash off the truck. Sometimes it'll throw you all over the road. I've got it behind them. You can tell it's there. And this bike handles good. It's smooth. I just went around them. No problems, no trouble. I've had this bike in crosswinds, high crosswinds, and to me, that's how you can tell a good bike from a bike that's not as good as something else, is how it handles in the wind. So if you ever want to take a ride on a bike and see how good it is, make sure it's a windy day. The windier, the better. And that'll tell you a lot about how the bike handles, and the characteristics of the bike, and what you can expect from it. That's just my own opinion. You do what you want. But at 85 mile an hour, them tires didn't sing, they didn't vibrate, didn't make the noise. The handlebars are smooth. I had absolutely no vibration. I just went on down the road, and it would have done more if I wanted to, but I don't like riding that fast. I've taken around curves and corners, and laid her down pretty good angle, and it just seemed like it hangs right on. I mean, I'm not going to get down there and drag my knee, because I ain't into that, and I'd probably wind up dragging more than my knee. So if you got skill set for it, do it, but I ain't, so whatever. My typical speed is about 40, 45, 50 miles an hour, and I love to cruise about like that. I can average, depending on how hard I ride it, I can average about 200 miles a tank. I think it's 3 gallon, a little over 3 gallon or something. I don't know, 3.678. I'd have to check. I don't know, but it does pretty decent on gas. In rain, I've had this, and matter of fact, just a couple days ago, I got caught in rain. I was 100 and some miles south of where I live, got caught in rain, put on a rain suit, 65, 70 mile an hour. Never act like it wanted to squirrel, didn't act like it wanted to squirm or slide, nothing. So it's like, it does good in the rain. So, but like I said, it's a good general all-around purpose bike. It does about everything. The only complaints I have, which I can change, and I know, well, I've already got to get ready to order the parts. The seat does get a little hard after about 100 miles. It likes to bite on your ass. It gets a little hard, but I like to stop anyway. But even at that, it does need just a little bit more padding. They do make aftermarket seats. But like I said, that's the only complaint I really got. And the handlebars, I do want to raise the handlebars. I don't know who they have test riding these things or setting them up, but they must be, and I'm not saying anything bad about anybody, but they must be a little bit shorter than I am, because they need to come up for me, for my personal preference, okay? Whenever I stand up on a bike, I know I'm going to get some controversy over this, I'm leaning over too much, okay? Well, they say you're supposed to have that aggressive stance when you're riding a bike. Well, if that's the way that you want to do, you do it, okay? I don't. Because to me, the aggressive stance after I'm away for about 5 minutes, it hurts my back, it hurts my legs, and I'm just ready to, so I want to snap just a little bit straighter. I want to raise the handlebars. That's my own personal opinion. I'm right at 6 foot even, so you can go from there. Now, for some of y'all, you might think that's great. It's all how you ride. But anyway, as far as the bike goes, I ain't got no complaints. It's great. It's great. Would I change anything on it? No, not really. Unless the only thing I would like for them to see them do is to offer maybe a factory seat that's a little softer and some way of changing the handlebar height. Outside that, no complaints. Love it. So if you want a bike that will do it all, and they always said the KLR was a bike that did everything but wasn't good at anything. Well, this here's a little bit different. This bike is good at a lot of things, and it does it all well. So it's a good bike. Like I said, as far as weight goes, if you drop it, you're gonna have to pick it up. But outside of that, the weight's right as far as being on the road and stuff. The way it handles like a 250. So like I said, would I recommend this bike? Well, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't have bought it. And I bought the thing without even riding it. But I was that sure of the design of it that I bought just kind of like a pig in a poke. But I'm happy with it. So that's kind of what I think of the thing on at 4,100 and I think 86 or 36 miles, whatever it was. That's kind of my opinion on it. There are better riders out there that get do better on it. Got a helicopter. What the hell are you doing? But I mean, he knows. But yeah, for me, it's a great bike. I wouldn't trade it off for anything. It just, I love it. So you can take or leave that for what it's worth. That's just my opinion. Like I said, I got no complaints. If you ever ride one, I like it because you can actually bond with the bike. You can actually become part of the bike. That's what I like about it. So, and this is the first bike in 40 years that I can do that on. So, but anyway, that's the way it is.